Is tomorrow's game really the game to decide who owns London? In my opinion, I'm not too sure about that, but there is a reality that we have to accept. Against the big clubs, especially in London, we have not been that team right now. Unofficially, you can do all the arguing you want to say that we are still the biggest club in London at this point in time, but the reality is, over nearly 2 years, we are not showing that. We are not getting those wins. The last time we got a win against a big club was when Lukaku made his debut against Arsenal, where we beat them 2-0. And the last time we won a game against a big club was Spurs, the 23rd of January 2022. Since then, my friends, it's been L's and draws, with most of them being losses, and I think right now, it's time we start driving some fear back, because I think we are a very easy team to play against. And I feel like we have to start turning things around right now, and a statement win is definitely needed. I think it is safe to say that we actually go into this game tomorrow as underdogs. Arsenal are a new type of Arsenal that we haven't seen for a very long time. They are winning those big games against the biggest clubs and the biggest teams. They had a very difficult start to this season, and they came shining with flying colours. Right now, no losses, 2 draws and 6 wins. They're showing the levels right now, but I will say this, as Chelsea fans, we all know that when we're underdogs in any big game, that's when you have to fear us the most. So, my friends, in today's video, I'll discuss the 3 key players to win the tactical battle. I'll discuss the press conference review, prediction, lineup, and all that good stuff. So share your thoughts and opinions. Hit that like button only if you feel optimistic that we can beat Arsenal tomorrow. I really mean it, my friends. I'm very superstitious, and listen, I want as much good vibes and energy as humanly possible. So on that note, hope you guys enjoy, and without wasting any more time, so let's talk the 3 key players I believe will play the biggest part in determining whether we can get a result against Arsenal tomorrow. And we start first with Conor Gallagher. The fact that I'm discussing Conor Gallagher tells you everything you need to know about 23-24 Conor Gallagher, because right now he is the epitome of balance in our midfield. He will play a massive role in trying to nullify and stop and fight against Declan Rice, and in my opinion, I think this is a battle that he will definitely relish. As our new captain right now, he is living up to that armband, and I'll give you guys an example behind new Conor Gallagher. When we beat Fulham, he played a massive role in nullifying Paulina. Statistically, Paulina is one of the best DMs in the country right now. And if Conor Gallagher did not stifle him, Fulham would have had countless opportunities to play passes through the middle, to play through our lines. That's what they want to do. But Gallagher led the press superbly well. He won his duels and battles against Paulina, and he made them very passive playing out from the back. I believe we'll need to have that same energy for Declan Rice, but it's not only that, it's this responsibility that he's playing with right now. I mean, there's a lot of pressure in his role. He has to support many different phases of the game. He is that partner in crime to help Caicedo out defensively. He is a player that marshals the spaces in behind when Enzo Fernandez is out of position, and on top of that, in the final third, he is like the glue. He has to combine with Cole Palmer to allow him to get into the game. He must press from the front to nullify teams. He must offer an attacking outlet as well too. He does so much in every single game, and this is the key reason why Pochettino feels like we can't have any lineups now without Conor Gallagher, and that speaks volumes about the strides he has made in his game for this season. It will be a massive midfield battle against Arsenal tomorrow, and I think Conor Gallagher will be key in determining whether we come out on top in that midfield battle. To move on, I'm going to discuss Levi Cole. Now, I'd be surprised if Saka didn't start the game tomorrow. I think that he will, for sure, and I think that Cole will have a big game against him. Now, I feel like he should take some confidence based on his performance against Mohamed Salah at the start of the season, but there's a few details I want to see from Levi Cole. I want you to be proactive at times. Don't always back off away from your marker. Saka is more than happy to carry his team up the field, and Saka's threat doesn't only just come from running at his man and taking his opponents on. It's about how he releases the ball, the timing of his releases, the give and goes, his ability to pass, move into space, receive, and then take shots from any angle or play people in. He's a very intelligent winger, and I feel like Korbel will have to use his physicality to his strength. He has the defensive reading and understanding and timing, I think, to have a very good game against Saka. And if we can nullify one of Arsenal's main attacking threats, that's going to really help us have a massive advantage in hopefully getting a result against them in tomorrow's game. But for the final thing, he must be brave at times when it comes to knowing when to time his overlaps in the opponent's half. Korbel has that confidence in his game. He has the quality to affect games with his passing range, and I think that he can definitely demonstrate this side more when those opportunities do come up. So I think Levi Korbel will be very key for us tomorrow. And for my final player, I'm going for Moises Caicedo. For me, it's starting to really feel like Caicedo now is losing that preseason rust where he didn't play many games and he started his career with us quite slowly. But over the past few games, he's getting better and better and better. And not only will Caicedo have to help us enforce that midfield to win that battle against Arsenal, it's also about the playmaking possibilities that he opens up from the back. He's a guy that releases his teammates further forwards. You know, he knows how to play great passes to kickstart attacks. It's one of the underrated parts of his game that doesn't get enough credit for, but it's definitely something that is coming to prominence a lot more in these recent games. And outside of that, I need to make sure Caicedo won't give away silly fouls that puts pressure on us in our own half, giving away silly free kicks, giving away cheap corners. I think we have to reduce that type of threat against Arsenal to really try and nullify their game. So he has to be on his A game, and on top of that too, no careless yellow cards to put the team under pressure. Caicedo is a big game player. I believe that he will be relishing the challenge against Arsenal. He is the most expensive player in British record history, and to come up against Declan Rice, I think he was going to want to make a statement against Arsenal. And I'm hoping that we will see prime Caicedo in tomorrow's game, because if we do, he can help us come out on top and hopefully get a result. Now, my friends, let's discuss team news very quickly. Surprisingly, Badiashile may be on the bench in tomorrow's game. His return is very near. On top of that too, Reece James is in contention. He has been training very well, as confirmed by Mauricio Pochettino. Who knows if he starts the game tomorrow? Outside of that, Broja, Carnes, they are out of the game. Of course, Broja picked up a bit of irritation on his left knee during international duty, and I think Carnes is having some complications. And outside of that, it's the same old story for guys like Trevor Chalobah, Fofana, and Nkunku, etc, etc. In terms of key talking points from the press conference, I felt like a lot of time was dedicated discussing the bromance between Pochettino and Mikel Arteta. Of course, it first formed during their playing days at Paris Saint-Germain. Of course, Pochettino was more of like a big brother towards Mikel Arteta, and Pochettino said in the press conference they're kind of like family. So if you guys are thinking to yourself, oh, you know, everything's getting too buddy right now, where's the rivalry, where's the competition? I wouldn't worry too much about that. I don't think that rivalry only exists when it comes from two opposing rivals that don't like each other. I think that you can get a different type of rivalry where you want to test yourself out against your boy and see who comes out on top. So I'm not worried about that whatsoever. The intensity will be there. And Pochettino said himself, listen, he wants to win and destroy the opposition. Talk then turned towards Malo Gusto. You know, big game for him if he does play tomorrow. He's only 19 years old, and it's crazy that I keep forgetting that because he does not play like he's a teenager. Pochettino said that he has the possibility to play. Himself and the club fully believe in him as well too. He was very disappointed by the red card he picked up. We all know that should never have been a red card, my friends, but Malo Gusto is someone that should be in contention tomorrow. And outside of that too, it seems like we could have late assessments surrounding Reece, Nico Jackson, and Disasi as well too. And to be honest with you, they're kind of the main key talking points from the press conference. Right now, my friends, let's discuss my predicted lineup for the game tomorrow. I have to say, it is kind of hard to predict the lineup because we have so much uncertainty and question marks surrounding players who will be available tomorrow, with so many late assessments being dependent on whether the medical team, you know, sign off and say these guys are fit and available. I'm going to take some educated guesses, and without wasting time, here's my lineup. I've gone for Nico up front. Alongside him, Sterling, Palmer, In midfield, Enzo, Caicedo, Connor, Cole, Silva, Disasi, Gusto, and Sanchez. Now, one thing that Pochettino likes is consistency. Most importantly, he likes that consistency with his back line. Yes, Reece James has been training well. It seems like he is fit to play. But I feel like we've been down this road so many times. I think Malo Gusto has no concerns whatsoever. And I believe that if you want Reece to play, he simply comes on for the final 30 minutes at least. He doesn't start the game. He shouldn't break down that quickly. I think Gusto should play. He's going to be very key for us in defending 1v1 against Martinelli, but that will be kind of an exciting battle because Gusto can match Martinelli for pace. He's aggressive, he gets in front of his man, he closes down the spaces. I've really enjoyed that side to him, and there's details like that makes me kind of get completely baffled when I realize he's 19 years old. But outside of that, it has to be the tried and tested backline we've seen because statistically they were one of the best defenses currently in the league. And the fact that the club didn't confirm on their website that Disasi was a doubt does kind of tell me that Disasi should be playing tomorrow. Now moving into midfield, again, this is the midfield that we've seen consistently helping us get wins over the past few weeks. And this is the midfield that Pochettino believes is the best one he can use to help us get results. I think on paper, it's very balanced. I want to see more from Enzo though in this game. I think now that he has more of like the traditional box-to-box role that I was hoping he gets, if there's one detail to his game that has to improve, it has to come from how he makes his late arrivals and how he enters the opposition box. I think a lot of times he doesn't take shots well in his stride, and I think that's because maybe his timing isn't fully there. That can definitely improve. He's still quite young. We all know this, but there is a goal threat that Enzo does have, which he isn't fully demonstrating right now. And as you notice, he doesn't really connect his shots too much as he should. And this is something in Enzo's game that can definitely improve and that he definitely does have too. He could be key in helping us do something against Arsenal. And my friends, you know my thoughts on Caicedo and Connor already, but to move up front, Sterling, Palmer, Jackson. I think massive game for Raheem Sterling. We are going to need him. Sterling has some of the best goal threat in our team currently, especially with how he knows how to manipulate space, his timing of runs. But sometimes his finishing can be a bit iffy. He will be someone the team will rely upon to take those moments and chances when they come. Sterling, we need you tomorrow. You're going to be key for us. Alongside Nico Jackson, I feel like he could really cause Arsenal some damage. I think his technical ability, how he drops deep to receive, how he can take his man on out wide and through the middle. And now that he has his partner in crime in Cole Palmer, every time these guys play together, either one's getting a goal or an assist. And would it surprise me if I see the same thing happen tomorrow against Arsenal? No, it wouldn't. I think that they definitely understand each other's wavelength. When Jackson makes those runs in behind between defenses, he is relying upon that type of service that Cole Palmer is producing for fun right now. And even though Cole Palmer has been one of our best players the past few games, you know what? It's always interesting to see how far he's come along against the very big clubs and the very big boys. He has demonstrated that and showed that. He has scored against Arsenal already in the Community Shields. I think he will relish the occasion in tomorrow's game, and that type of creativity and that link between midfield and attack that was missing when Carlson and Kunku left, Cole Palmer is providing that, and I'm excited to see what he does alongside Jackson in tomorrow's game. So my friends, that is my predicted lineup, and to end things with my final match prediction, maybe I'm being too optimistic, but I feel like I can now be optimistic, and it's deserving right now because we're doing the right things. I mean, Pochettino saying in this press conference that how the team is right now compared to last month during the last international break, we are two completely different teams. And if the manager is saying that publicly, how can I not have faith and confidence in what's happening right now? In terms of results, I see it going two ways. It's either going to be a draw, but I believe it could be a 2-1 win. In this game tomorrow, the first goal scored by either team will be the key thing in determining who might win this game. Now, the first goal doesn't guarantee your win, but one thing it does guarantee is that you are the first team who can control how this game gets played out. If we score first, it means that we can drop our lines. It means that we can protect our spaces more, and it means that we can play to our transitional strengths. We have the pace, we have the players that can play over the top and through teams as well too, and I feel like this is a dimension that we haven't had for a very long time. If we can get those advantages, hopefully the first goal coming from a set piece or wherever, I think that we can go a long way, because one advantage we have is that with the intensity and fitness that Pochettino has brought to our team, we can play right to the end, and we have the players off the bench that can maintain that intensity too. So my friends, like I said at the start of this video, hit that like button if you feel optimistic. I am going for a 2-1 win against Arsenal, and let's see what happens here. So my friends, on that note, I'm Nini FC. This is BlueLionsTV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos. Cool.